start out, we're going to take our Hello Autumn paper and cut it down to 7 inches by 7 inches. Then we're going to take that same piece of paper and trim it down so it fits on each of the slats. Each slat is a little bit of a different size, so I marked it individually and then cut it, and then I marked it again individually for all of the remaining slats until I had 4 different pieces of paper to cover each slat. Next, we'll grab our green polka dotted paper and our MDF Minnesota, and we are going to trace around the Minnesota onto the green polka dotted paper, and then you'll cut that out. Then we'll take our leaf template and our 2 colors of felt, and you're going to cut 1 leaf out of each piece of felt. If you want to, it does help to use the needle that is included to hold the paper to the felt. Now that we have the leaves cut out of felt, we're going to take our DMC floss and create the veins in the leaf. So thread the DMC floss through the needle. On the other end, tie a knot. Then you're going to go from the back of the leaf to the front of the leaf, and you are just going to do a simple stitch all the way down the middle. When you get to the end, on the back of the leaf, you'll create a knot to secure it in place. And then you'll repeat the same process with the second leaf. On this one, you might want to add a couple more details for the oak leaf just to create a few more veins. Now it's time to attach everything together. So take your glossy accents and apply it to the MDF Minnesota. If the glossy accents doesn't come out right away, you might want to take the tip of a needle and poke it into the top of the bottle just to make sure that the opening isn't clogged. And then you'll place your cutout of the Minnesota on top of the glossy accents. Then we're going to repeat the same process using glossy accents to attach the pieces of paper to the palette. Before we get started, you'll have to remove the jute string in order for your paper to lay flat. Then you'll use glossy accents to adhere the paper to the palette and set it aside to let it dry. Now it's time to secure those leaves to the Minnesota shape. To do this, we're going to take the piece of twine that's included in your project box. It's about 24 inches of twine. You're going to wrap it around the Minnesota twice, and in the front towards the left side you can tie a bow to secure it together. Then once you've got that all done, you can tuck the leaves underneath the string. Just to make sure the leaves really hold, we did add some 3D foam squares underneath each of the leaves, so you'll use those to secure the felt to the paper on the Minnesota. Once your paper is dry, we're going to work on re-poking those holes through the paper. So I took a pencil and went from the back of the board to the front of the paper, and I just wanted to create an indent so I knew where the holes were. Then I took my scissors and I poked through the paper from the front and kind of turned the scissors in a circle in order to get a larger hole. Then I finally went back in with a pencil and pushed the paper through. Then you can go ahead and reinsert the jute. I did put a little bit of tape around each end of the jute just to make it easier to thread through the hole. Then you'll do a double knot on top, and if you really want to, you can secure that knot with glossy accents. And our last step of the project is to secure the Minnesota onto the palette. So first I put my Minnesota where I wanted it. I put little pencil marks just so I knew where to realign it. And then I applied glossy accents to the back and stuck it down. Then once it's all dry, you're ready to display it.